All right, so next up in our entries for the community book project, I'm looking over Janine Byers, and the theme of the project is everyday joy. And Janine decided to write about Christmas, and I have to say, I thought I would get more about the Christmas time. What is it they call the happiest time of the year, but Janine's was the only one. So I'm like, okay, cool. She gets the spotlight on this. And she doesn't write just about Christmas, but Christmas all year long. So that's cool because the book will be available, of course, all year long. So Janine has a quote here from Calvin Coolidge. And then she writes, do you love Christmas and find yourself wishing each holiday season that it could last all year long? All right, let's see here. I don't think we need... And find yourself wishing each holiday season it could last all year long. I'm okay with that there. I usually, you've been following along with me, I usually delete all that, but that one is, I think it's useful. Then she says, oh, by the way, that's my attitude towards things. It's like, yes, there can be rules, and maybe it really isn't needed, but I listen in my head when I'm reading these and reviewing these as the reader, and I think, would it help the reader understand things more? Would it be kind of strike that conversational tone in the reader's head? Like, yeah, I think that works. So I'll leave it in there. Then she continues, what if there's a way to have the joy of Christmas all year long, even after the lights and the tree have been put away? Take a moment to imagine what it would be like to have a daily Christmas practice so you could have the joy of the holiday season every day. All right. I think we know what she's after here. I'm actually going to delete this. Take a moment to imagine what it would be like to have a daily Christmas practice, because this repeats really what's on the first line of this paragraph. Here are 5 ideas to get you started. Then you can think of even more. All right. I think I'm going to have to number these. Just like when we have 5 ideas, we have to number them. All right, light a tea light candle each day. Is that what they're called, tea light candles? I guess so. Each day that has a holiday scent. All right, so I'm just going to make this light a holiday scented tea light candle each day. When you blow it out, make a wish for something you want in your life. That's nice, little sentiment there. Number 2, drink a cup of gingerbread tea. And in the spirit of Christmas, we always write out and instead of an ampersand. In the spirit of Christmas, send peace to yourself and the rest of the world. Another good thought. Number 3, heal whatever keeps you from trusting that everything will be okay, even if the season's magic has passed. Okay. This is a little bit different than the other ones. I do like how Janine is starting each one with a verb. Light a holiday scented tea light. Drink a cup of gingerbread tea. Heal whatever keeps you. We're looking for kind of daily things to do. I'm going to keep going and then I'll come back to that. Eat a Christmas cookie just because, and create other warm, cozy moments you can enjoy. All right. Our tips here are running out of steam. Let's see here. Create other. When you do a list like this, obviously you want to make each one of the tips like really doable tips, and you don't want the reader to have to think, so you want them to think. It's almost like a magazine article. It's like, oh, I got something out of this. So that's another one I'm going to revisit. Then what you lose each year is the scheduled holiday, but you can find ways to create that experience each day all year long. I don't quite understand that. Wishing you Christmas every day. What you lose each year is the scheduled holiday. Okay, I'm not sure what she's trying to say there, so I'm just going to do this for here. And I'm going to put something like, the nice thing about Christmas is you can find ways to create that experience each day all year long. Wishing you Christmas every day. All right. So the theme of this book is everyday joy. So she's working every day in there, so that works for me. Let's see here. Heal whatever keeps you from trusting that everything will be okay, even if the season's magic has passed. How about take the opportunity to heal relationships, to heal a relationship that is or that causes you pain or grief. Okay, then we have the fun one, eat a Christmas cookie. Instead of just because I'm going to put like, you know, they don't know, they don't know. It's the middle of summer. And then create other warm, cozy moments you can enjoy. All right. So these entries are to be 200 words long. Let's see where we're at. 181. All right, because it wasn't like, because this is going to a book where other entries are around 200 words, if that wasn't the case, I would make that here are 3 ideas to get you started, and I would delete this one that I rewrote, and I would delete this one. But I want to keep her around the word count. So let's see here. Maybe go a little crazy, crank the air conditioner, or crank the AC, and light a fire. That sounds like something Chris. Stockings optional. We'll see what Janine thinks about this during Editpalooza. That's coming up. You know, obviously she can change it if she doesn't like it, but I think it kind of strikes the tone that she's looking for. The last thing I'm going to do on this piece is look at the order of things. And let's see here. Yeah, I think it works okay. Like this heavier one is in the middle. So you kind of like want to group those together. Like if I had another one that was heavier, I would probably put them together so it doesn't go funny, haha, then, you know, heavy, and then funny, haha, and then heavy. So you want them kind of in order. I think this works. All right, good job, Janine. Next up, oh, she's the author of The Santa Spiritual Practice. Sounds like it's an ebook or a book or something, so that goes in italics. Oh, and then also, I usually put in uppercase the words in domains. They work anyway, you know, the Google or whatever doesn't mind, or Safari or Chrome or whatever, and that way, in case the person doesn't link on it, you know, at least the name is kind of more in their head if they actually read the domain. Away with the fairies, like they might remember that. Okay, next up, Alondra Meredith, and Unstoppable Love is Yours, all right. And she has this quote from Don Miguel Ruiz, I'm not afraid to tell you I love you. I don't need to know you to love you. ... meaning some words are missing, I believe. And then when you recover your integrity, you always follow love. And I don't think this last part is necessary. It's like, what's integrity have to do with it? So I'm actually going to delete this. And I'm going to surmise that this is the end of the sentence, so I'm going to do that. Okay, so Alondra, shh, don't tell. Please promise. I'm coming out, and you're the first to know, or you're the first to whom I'm indulging my carefully guarded secret. Okay. Playful Alondra. Just kind of streamlining things a little bit. I don't like this please promise thing. Um, I just don't think we need it. Shh, don't tell. I'm coming out, and you're the first to know my carefully guarded secret. Guarded secret. It's a little bit. I know Alondra, and I love her, but it's a little bit elementary school, and we need to, we're adults reading this. Okay, there's even a popular song that suggests you could be put away for talking about this kind of thing. All right, so here we are talking about coming out, and then also this carefully guarded secret, and a popular song that suggests you could be put away for talking about this kind of thing. I do not know what song she's talking about. I'm thinking of, I think, is it Donna Summer? Somebody sings that song like I'm coming out. And this is not going in the direction I believe that Alondra wants to going into. And then also, I just don't like when people assume like, oh, you know what this popular song is, or like we're playing Name That Tune, and here's a hint to this popular song. I have no idea what she's talking about. And I'm a little bit media savvy, and I know my music and things, so I'm deleting that. I just don't think it belongs. And then here goes Gulp again, just kind of playing around with this. Don't tease the readers, okay? You don't want to tease the readers. So I'll just put here it is. There's a voice inside of me. There's a voice inside me that talks to me. And even though it's saying exactly the same thing, my hearing it yet again always engenders the same powerful sensation, goosebumps. I'm going to come back to this. Goosebumps, it gives me all over goosebumps. Chicken skin, as we call it in Hawaii. Okay, these are 2 sentences. I thrill. I just can't help it. I begin to giggle. That's when he, my beloved, I mean my husband of 46 years, looks up from his guitar and says, could you be a little less attractive? I don't know what this hyphen is doing there. At that I get a tickle in my tummy. Then when I began feeling a little dizzy, the voice starts in. Alondra, I love you. I just can't help it. It makes me shiver and shudder with joy. Just can't help it. Alondra likes her semicolons, but I think M dash would do better there. Before I know it, we are back in bed for the second time that day. More M dashes would be good. Cuddling and laughing irrepressibly, accompanied by the unstoppable inner voice insisting, I love you, I love you, I love you. It kind of reminds me of, if you've ever seen the movie Singing in the Rain, they do this, they're like, oh, I'll just make up the dialogue, and I love you, I love you, I love you, I love you. And like once is enough, maybe twice. I love you. I'm not sure, okay, what this has to do with her beloved, though. I could say, I love you, like answer, call out and answer. I'll put it like that for right now. All right, let's go back up here. I'm not afraid to tell you. Okay. Oh, this is kind of funny. I'm not afraid to tell you, and then she's, shh, don't tell. Okay, so are you afraid to tell? I don't think most people will pick up on that because most people don't read the quote for content. They just kind of read the quote, and then when they start the first paragraph, they, start there, but they really don't match. Okay, so reading the rest, this is starting to make a little bit more sense to me. That I know the punchline is that this internal voice is saying, I love you. I think there's a voice inside of me that talks to me. Well, a voice inside of you would. So I don't think we need talks to me. Generally don't. It's okay to start sentences with and, but I don't see any reason to do it right here, so I'm not going to. Even though it's saying, and I'm going to put this voice, even though this voice is saying exactly the same thing, my hearing it yet again always engenders the same powerful sensation, goosebumps. All right, here's a place for a colon. It gives me all over goosebumps. Chicken skin, as we call it in Hawaii. Chicken skin really kind of ruins the moment, you know, but I think Alondra wants to get in here that she's in Hawaii, so okay, but yuck. I thrill, I just can't help it. I begin to giggle. I don't know what I thrill. I don't think that, I just can't help it. I begin to giggle. That makes sense. That's when he, my beloved, my husband, of course, we don't need, we don't even need the parentheses. My beloved, my husband of 46 years, looks up from his guitar and says, could you be a little less attractive? In his best Matthew Perry voice. At that, I get a tickle in my tummy. That's when, tummy is, it's an elementary word. But you don't want to say like stomach. Gut doesn't really work. So I think I'll leave that in here for the playfulness of it. Then when I begin feeling a little dizzy, the voice starts in, Alondra, I love you. I just can't help it. It makes me shiver and shudder with joy. Before I know it, we're back in bed for the second time that day, cuddling and laughing irrepressibly, accompanied by the unstoppable inner voice. I'm wondering about insisting, I love you, I love you. I'm wondering about capitalizing these. Well, she doesn't capitalize voice up here, so I'm not going to capitalize it down here. Okay. I'm going to leave this as 2 quotes. Then Alondra's Trust Your Guts and Goosebumps online mentoring. I don't know if this is supposed to be a website or whatever, but I would not, oh my goodness. My Mac trackpad that you hear, there we go, let's do that. It's just hard to read like that. Online mentoring helps you remember the unstoppable love you already are. This is what we call willy-nilly capitalization. Doesn't look like a tagline or anything. Email Alondra and learn about her miracle health healing at. All right, so I only allow 1 link or email per bio, so we're going to make it her website. Contact Alondra at. I'll contact Alondra and learn about her miracle health healing at this. Okay, good. Katie D'Souza, choose a joyful life. You are only one decision from a totally different life. Indeed. Okay. Chirp, chirp, chirp. So Katie's from the UK, so they only use 1 quote mark, but I'm in the US, so we use 2. Chirp, chirp, chirp is the first thing I hear in the morning. The sweet sound of little tree sparrows singing and the whistling bamboo canes. Pitter, patter, as the pigeons land and run across the kitchen roof to be first to eat the seeds I've left out for them. Boy, that's kind. This is the start of my glorious working day. However, it hasn't always been this way. All right, we would probably call it a work day, but working day is fine. Working day. Before. So this is life before. In fact, I'm going to put that. Life before. Colon. So semicolon joins two complete sentences. But in this case, we're using a colon because the way it works is what you say here is the equivalent of what comes after. So this was her life before, and this is what it consisted of. So if that's the case, you know to use a colon. It's not the only way to do it. I mean, there's other ways to do it. This was my life before, or here's a description of my life before. Those are more straightforward. But because they're on a 200-word count limit, Katie was probably looking for a way to be this succinct here. So life before, waking early, commuting to an unfulfilling corporate job I didn't enjoy, missing out on my children's lives, returning home exhausted, cooking dinner, going to bed, repeat. And make that stronger. Just end it with repeat. Oh, period, repeat. Yeah. And then the only thing here is unfulfilling corporate job I didn't enjoy. I think we don't need the first person here. I didn't enjoy. We get it. This is you, and the job was unfulfilling. So I'd choose one or the other, and I think it sounds better with the unfulfilling corporate job. I made a decision. I decided to create a life of joy, one where I have time to talk to my children, go out with them, have fun, and discover who they are. So the next step became clear to me. I had to quit my corporate job. Okay, again, it could be a colon, but I'm going to go with an M dash here. M dash just kind of, I use them hopefully somewhat sparingly. That I use them more in my marketing because they quicken the pace of when somebody's reading this. So the next step became clear to me. I had to quit my corporate job. That's what an M dash does. So that's why I like throwing them in there and using them every once in a while. They're just kind of visually interesting too. And I did. I'm okay with the and here. I followed my heart, started my business. I'm going to make this one sentence. I followed my heart and started my business. Now, colon. Oh, this is nice. So she echoes what she had up there. Wake when I want, stay at home and work, which I love, see my children, and talk to them every day. Am full of life and energy. Cooking is more enjoyable. I go to bed excited for the next day. Okay, we're going to do a little work on that. I'll come back in a second. Create joy in your life. You decide. So with things like this, just make it sentences. Katie D'Souza is an author and entrepreneur who inspires couples to achieve their dreams and live a happy and fulfilling life together. All right, and then here's her website. All right. Now, this sounds a little clunky, so we're going to smooth it out. Wake when I want, stay at home and work from home. That's how we say it here in the States, and that will make it smoother. Hopefully Katie's good with that. Work from home, which I love. We get the idea that you're going to like this, so we don't need that. See my children. How about see my children grow? Talk to them every day. Be full of energy. Normally, be verbs are the weaker verbs. You want action verbs. But in this case, I think the be is like being, like ownership of what's inside. Be full of life and energy. So I'm okay with that. Cooking is more enjoyable. I go to bed excited for the next day. Let's see here. Let's see how many she had in this one. One, in her first go around. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, 6, and then repeat. Oh, we're going to put repeat down here. Yay. And or maybe like repeat. I will allow Katie to use one of the 5 exclamation points that I'm allowing in every book. Might be a few more in this one. I'm usually not a fan of exclamation points, but I think that it could be nice. In fact, I don't think this is needed. I think that like this right here, repeat, and will be a nice ending to that. Okay, so how many did I say? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. So I want the number to be even. So wake when I want, work from home, see my children grow, be full of life and energy. Prepare. She didn't have cooking up here. What did she have? Return home exhausted. Oh yeah, she had cooking dinner. Cook with joy. Touch hokey, but let's see. Cook with joy. Go to bed excited for the next day. Go to bed. I know we don't have one of those up there, but we're going to put one there. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, I think that works. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yes. Ah, I love it. I love it when I think I improve something like this. So it was good, Katie. Put a little polish on there like I do. See what she has to say. Okay, next up, Russell. Reverend Russell. Okay, in the in the community book project, the names won't be at the top like this or at the bottom, but we're not going to have that. Life, purpose, intuition, joy. This is the title, but I'm wondering. I read this ahead of time, so I have an inkling of what's coming. And it's kind of like the Rev went down a path here. So life, purpose, to intuition, to joy. So Russell quotes himself here. Okay. Then, as a rational Presbyterian hospital chaplain and ethicist at Rush U Med Center in Chicago, I'm going to guess this is University Medical Center in Chicago. I didn't even poo-poo complementary alternative modalities like healing touch. I sneered inside. Okay, so I didn't even poo-poo. We're going to put this in quotes. Complementary Russell's working with a word count here, but because I'm the lead editor, I can scooch in a few more words. There might be places where I delete words, so I want to make this more clear. I didn't even poo-poo the complementary, let's see here, the complementary alternative modalities offered, such as, so here's something interesting. So when like means whatever comes after it is not exactly it. It's something like it. And such as means that something was offered. And I can tell that these alternative modalities, that healing touch, what the Rev is saying here, was offered. So I know such as is the proper one. One of these days, hopefully I'll run into it where a like is more appropriate, but more often than not, like should be such as. I didn't even poo-poo the offered, such as healing touch. Okay, so then we're going to do something cool here. It's like, I didn't even poo-poo. I sneered inside. I don't know if we need inside. He's trying to cover up here how he really felt. Poo-poo's a funny word, isn't it? Like thing. I could almost see like making it, I didn't even raise an eyebrow, okay? Or yeah, as a rational, you know what, we could do this. As a, I'm trying to think, like, I don't, he's kind of setting it up, the rational. I don't know if that's really needed, though. As a, or I was a, let me see here. I was a Presbyterian hospital chaplain and ethicist at Rush University Medical Center in Chicago. Period. I didn't, because I was looking for a way to get rid of this even. I didn't poo-poo the yeah, let's see. Oh, here we go. Keep the as. As a Presbyterian hospital chaplain ethicist, comma. I didn't poo-poo the, okay, this is better. I didn't poo-poo the complementary alternative modalities offered, such as healing touch. For those of you who've been waiting, yes. But I'm going to put this in quotes because the normal reader, like the reader, like healing touch, they might not like get the idea of that's one thing, you know, healing touch hospital. And so I'm putting it in quotes. Also, that right there is going to give just a nanosecond of raised eyebrow to set us up for I sneered inside. All right. Yeah, I was thinking about like, oh, raise an eyebrow or something like that, but I'm okay with poo-poo. It's still funny though. Okay, I sneered inside. After I retired, however, I think actually though is better here. I wanted a business that would express my life purpose. Pamela Landers and Beth Davis, world hand analysis leaders. I'm going to put, again, he's probably trying to make the word count, but world leaders in hand analysis. I will allow a few extra words if it helps with clarity. World leaders in hand analysis discovered more lines of clairvoyance, which indicate intuitive gifts in my hands than they had seen in anyone else. All right, so too many commas in this. I'm going to try found in, I'm going to turn on track changes so I can not delete, if I delete certain things, they'll be back and I can, okay. World leaders in hand analysis found in my hands. More lines of clairvoyance, which indicate intuitive gifts, than they had seen in anyone else. Oh, lines of clairvoyance. Instead of a comma, we'll use my favorite M dash. Indicators of intuitive gifts. No, which indicate intuitive gifts. My cat Piper is like leaning against my keyboard and I keep moving it over and he keeps shoving it over. So if you hear something going on, that's what we're doing. Which indicate intuitive gifts than they had seen in anyone else. Than they had ever seen before is really how we would expect this line to go. All right. Okay, I'm satisfied with that. So I'm going to approve these. I'm going to undo that because I think I could have had other things in the in this document that I want to keep. So let's see, accept this change. There we go. Found in my hands more lines and lines. Okay. My life purpose was accordingly to use my intuition with people needing guidance, spiritual or otherwise. Okay, my life purpose was accordingly. I don't know if we need that. How about they said, right? He's a skeptic. So my life purpose, they said, was to use my intuition with people needing guidance, spiritual or otherwise. Was using my intuition I don't know what other kind of guidance there would be, spiritual, physical, emotional, probably. Use my intuition with people needing emotional or spiritual guidance. You'll find I don't like otherwise, etc. I don't like that. Just say one. Just be definite in what you're saying. My life purpose was, they said, to use my intuition with people to help people needing emotional, spiritual guidance. Okay, I like that. Okay. From sneering to woo-woo. Right. Like many late life discoverers of intuition, I began studying mine. That brought me, okay, so I don't think we need this. That brought me to Sage Taylor, okay, so another person's higher conscious 1, is that supposed to be? She encouraged me to take higher conscious 2, I accepted. Higher conscious 2, or what's this? I don't know. Was a golden portal opening onto joy upon joy as I received healing, helped people heal. All right, so we have healing here, then heal here. We're going to move one of those. And channel my divine team. In my auto writing, I channel Mother Mary, whom I never knew before. No longer a merely rational minister, I'm now an earth angel. Who, me? Oh, skip to the end. Okay. Okay. Maybe I won't put this by the other one with repeat, but see, this right here says it without needing a lot of this up here. I might end up deleting some of this, which is fine because I was adding words up here. Okay. What I do in these cases, I just start like rewriting paragraphs. I keep them up above, but then I know the essence of what the Rev is after here. So I began exploring my intuition. And gifts, I think, is what he's going for. I joined a program offered by Sage Taylor. I'm going to guess that's the name there. Oh, Sage Taylor. People on their names. Kingsley Goddard. Goddard. I joined another. All right, that basically says the same thing. It opened, start a new paragraph. It opened joy upon joy as I received healing, helped people, and channeled my Divine team. Is this a like registered trademark of sages or something? I don't know. I don't think we need it capped. Okay, I'm going to break my rule. So as I received healing, helped other people heal. In that case, it's like I received healing, I helped other people heal. It's okay to repeat heal in that context. It's hard to explain, but it's okay there. And channel my divine team. It's like it started with me and then it went out. So it's okay it's like one and the same thing that we're showing how it moved from him to others. And channel my divine team. Along with Mother Mary, whom I never knew before. They probably have a name for this, like a spiritual guide or something. Yeah, that's what I'm going to call her. And the Rev can tell me during Proofapalooza, Proofreading-apalooza, if I was right or not. Okay. Okay, so no longer a merely rational minister, I'm now an earth angel. Who, me? Okay. So, the Reverend Russell had his own throwback here, merely rational minister. I was changing things to see what I, okay. Alright, so he had rational, didn't have ministry at chaplain. Alright, so I'm going to put that back. Okay. Do we need this word? No longer. Yeah, I think I'm okay with merrily in there. Do we need it? No longer a rational minister, I'm now an earth angel. Who, me? Okay. Yeah, no, we don't need it. Great. Russell, retired husband, is certified. Okay, so intuitive angelic miracle, I am healer, I am. So obviously that's like, a name, so proper name. So I'm going to leave that capped. Reader, Reiki master. Is Reiki capped? I don't think so. Reiki master and Reiki master. Email him at, or website, okay. Contact him at, and we just need the website. Oh, goodness. Now the cat is sitting on Siri over here. Okay, contact him at okay. And what did our word count turn out to be? Am I on target for 200 words? Let's see. Oh, I think I'm going to be less. 150. But you know what? Those are 150 strong words. I think they tell a story. So I am good with that. No need to add more words where it can dilute the message. Excellent.